All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Yes, yes, yes. So hope everybody's had a great week. I want to tell you, this week has been really good for me to be back on the Coach's Corner consistently every morning. Last week, I felt like I was all over the map. But I am so happy to be back with everybody in a consistent manner. Our word for today, really good word with the word commit. And I always like to go, I don't know if you do this, I hope you do, but when we look at a word, like you apply it to your life, where you're at right now, because we talk about it all the time. Life's a journey of ups and downs and hills and valleys and sometimes potholes that we fall off in. So, we're all at different places in this journey and we always will be. But the word commit, if you look at the definition, it's carry out. He or she is committed, pledge or bind to a certain course. And so I'm going this morning with probably going to move into committed more than commit. Okay. For some reason, I just kept bouncing into the word committed when I looked at commit. But when I look at having commitment to something or being committed to something, you've pledged an obligation to do it, like internally to yourself. You've said, I'm going to do this. I'm ready to do this. I want to see this. I want to change in this. And, where I immediately went is, if you've already jumped out of the plane, ladies and gentlemen, you're committed to the skydive. Think about it. If you jumped out, hey, the person that packed that parachute, it is what it is. We hope they packed it well. And when you pull that string, we hope the string don't come out without the parachute. So if you've already jumped out of the plane, you're committed to the skydive. There's no turning back. And we talk so much, and even in my life, there's things I'm committed to, and then there's things that I'll turn back on. How about you? Like, one of my tough ones is my diet. It's my healthy living and what I intake and in a lot of different spectrums. And so that's something. And if you've watched me, if you've been like a little bird on my shoulder through the years, you'd go, man, he's not committed. He's not committed. He's committed for a week. He'll be committed for a month, but he'll turn back on it. But then there's other places in my life, man, I'm committed. I might slow down a little bit, but I'm still committed. I'm still stepping. I'm still moving in the direction over the years. Committed people have priorities, and they stick to those priorities. They develop a routine that allows them to slowly and steadily work towards the goal they want to achieve. And they have this no turning back mindset. I call it, I don't quit, but I'm not turning back. I'm going down this road. And I want to leave with this and turn it to Coach, because I want her to have more time this morning. But Seth Godin said this, and I thought this was so profound. And I want you to think about this for yourself. Think about Olympic sports. You don't win an Olympic gold medal with a few weeks of intense training. It's not a few weeks of intense training. It's not a few months. There's no such thing as an overnight sensation. It doesn't happen. Every great company, every great brand, every great career has been built in exactly the same way. Bit by bit, step by step, little by little. And then one day they're standing there getting that gold medal, and everybody's probably calling them lucky and probably saying, well, it happened over the last 6 months. And it's like, no, it happened over a long period of time of doing things bit by bit, little by little, step by step, and focused on the big picture of seeing where I want to go. So that was my thought around commit and committed this morning. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Good to be with everybody. I'm kind of spotting in here and there, and I just appreciate every opportunity. One thing that kind of sparked my thought process was something Coach Palmer just said. A true commitment. If you think about who is Coach, who's the guy? I think his last name is Bolt, the world's fastest man, Usain Bolt or something like that. He made a statement that he said, why is it so hard for you to commit to something when he's committed to something for 4 years to compete for 4 seconds or something like that? I mean, now that is a true commitment of working to get that. So that just, when you said that a while ago, that kind of sparked it. So why is it so hard for us to commit to something long-term? You know, I'm terrible at it. I mean, even the things that I originally take step in that I really, really want to do, it's like, man, I'm gung-ho, and after just a little bit, I'm like, oh my God, what has happened? I have fell off the wagon. So I'm going to kind of tie several things in really quickly, just for a couple of minutes. You know, commitment is a tremendously broad term, but it generally comes down to us dedicating ourselves to something for a long period of time, whether it's a job, a goal, or even our relationship with someone. You know, it's hard, and it takes complete conviction. You know, that's a big word, conviction. There's no room for doubt and second guessing. It's all or nothing. Like Coach said, you either jump or you don't. If you're jumping out of an airplane, guess what? You're fixing to be parachuting. So you either jump or you don't. And it's really, really tough making a commitment, but it also is the best thing that you can do when you're facing big decisions. It's the best thing that you can do. You know, one reason we struggle to commit to something is due to us being scared of, guess what? That R word. We are scared of the risk that we open ourselves up to. Agree? I know I immediately, when I make this big commitment, I can be all on board, and in 30 minutes I go, oh, but what if? That risk. You know, so I think that's a lot to do with it. We can agree that risk is scary because it would mean big failure. And a lot of us have trouble with failing. But you look at the most successful people in the world or in our community, guess what? They have failed 1,000,000 times, but they stayed committed. And that's why they're successful. You know, we all know that if we want to truly, truly succeed at anything, we have to take those risks. Regardless, we have to. But we have to be willing to accept certain risks and commit to them regardless. Because here's the thing, y'all, we know when we commit to something, there's a risk, and we naturally want some form of fallback action. In other words, I'm going to take this risk, but if it doesn't work out, or I'm going to commit to this, and I'm taking this risk, but if it doesn't work out, I'm going to fall back on this. Is that not the process we use when we're going through committing to something? Maybe you don't, but I do. There's days that I am a tremendously overthinking human, and I hate that. But those are things that happen when we start committing, if we're going to commit. It's like we have to know that there's this huge safety net that's going to catch us once we commit to something and it does not work out. But if we truly commit, this option is not an option at all. We just jump. We jump. Jimmy Carter, y'all know Jimmy Carter, former president from the great state of Georgia. He said, go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? You know, once we commit to something fully, truly commit, and that means accepting the risk, the only true thing we should focus on is, guess what? It's another R word, but it's not risk, it's reward. What's the reward going to be once I make this commitment? If we truly want something, the best thing we can do is commit to it fully. And each of us has to find our own way to what fully actually means. You got to go through that. Stick to your plan, remove your fallback options and tell yourself that you're going to give it all. And then guess what? Jump. Just jump. I'm going to end with this quote from Sammy Davis Jr. You always have two choices: your commitment versus your fear. So we talk about choices a lot here, and I thought that was very telling, that quote. So anyway, I hope today, whatever it is, or your long-term plans, whatever it is, when you commit to it, I hope that you can do a really good job of buying into it and believing in you, because you're the key. Love y'all. Have a great day.
Coach, this was a great one this morning. Thank you for that. And I'm going to try to get on a good buddy of mine, Rowdy Gaines, 3-time Olympic gold medalist. I'll try to bring him on the Coach's Corner, because he had a big commitment. He made it all the way to the Olympic Games, and then they shut down the Olympics one year, and he fought through it. So I'm going to reach out to Rowdy, get him on the Coach's Corner. He'd be a good fit. So love you guys. Happy Thursday. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Love you.
Love
Have a
you.
great
Blessings.
day.
Love you guys. Grateful for you.
This was a
Appreciate
good
you guys.
one.
Thank
I mean,
you.